The term genetically modified organism may make you feel uncomfortable. It may bring you distressing visions of a dystopian future where robotic bearmen run an authoritarian dictatorship with humans as the central labor force. Oh, well, that could just be me, actually. Anyway, the idea of a genetically modified organism has been an important practice for humans for millennia. Modifying the parts of crops or animals which we farm is a very useful asset in our survival. This to a degree has happened throughout human history as we have selectively bred many breeds of dogs, cows, and horses in order for them to provide us with the best of each of those things in those breeds they were good at before we domesticated them. The point of this being, genetic modification has been a practice in which human beings have partaken in since the dawn of our civilization. With that being said, I doubt many look at their pet and feel as though genetic modification has been a horrible practice. Domestication is the practice of selectively choosing the traits in wild animals that we find useful or we enjoy, and the end result is a new animal of which has some level of dependence on humans to survive. The three types of domestication are commensal, prey, and direct. Prey domestication is a result of humans hunting the domesticated animal. As we get better and better at hunting them, we began to develop skills to capture groups of them, and then the skills to create herds and to maintain those herds. This has created a new species of the prey animal that is dependent on us for survival. Commensal domestication arises when an animal happens upon a human settlement and slowly becomes to ingratiate into the group of humans at the settlement. Feral cats and wild dogs who came to human settlements to eat the scraps eventually led to them living with the humans and then, over time, became the animals we know and love today. The last type of domestication is direct, the practice in where humans work around the animal's behaviors to domesticate it. The point of this being, domestication is a practice in which genetically modified animals become part of our daily lives, and our society has been doing it for thousands of years. Genetically modified organisms have played a huge defining role in the growth of human civilization, as they have facilitated the ability for us to feed larger amounts of people, and for those people to have a job by maintaining said food source. This can be said similarly about crops, which have also powered the expansion of human civilization. Farmers throughout the ages have picked traits they see as desirable in plants and crossbreed them in order to create a new breed of plant, or to create one plant which produces multiple crops. According to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, for thousands of years, humans have been using traditional modification methods like selective breeding and crossbreeding to breed plants and animals with more desirable traits. For example, early farmers developed crossbreeding methods to grow corn with a range of colors, sizes, and uses. Today, strawberries are a cross between a strawberry species native to North America and a strawberry species native to South America. You likely ate a product yielded by genetic modification of organisms today, as almost every crop grown has gone through some selection process in similar ways, yielding the crops we farm and eat today. Over 120 varieties of these crops have been genetically modified and are grown and consumed here in the United States. However, there are some negative occurrences due to genetic modification. Some of the issues that can arise are new issues, as two independent breeds that come together may create a new allergen, which can be very harmful to humans. Another potential issue with genetic modification is resistance to toxins. As wild plants breed with genetically modified plants, which have been modified to have resistance to pesticides, those wild plants gain that immunity which could cause many issues in turn. Genetic modification is not a negative practice unless taken too far by people with dubious intentions. Humans' relationship with genetically modified organisms and how we created them, we have gained antibiotic resistance from consuming modified food. Scientists may also keep careful track of performing tests of those new allergens that can spawn by performing tests on people who are known to have allergy to specific food, allowing us to get a better handle on allergens' presence in genetically modified food and how it will affect people. Genetically modified organisms are a common part of our daily lives, as animals and crops have been modified throughout the course of our society. This can be seen as positives in terms of us having food and resources to support our growing society. However, genetic modification may be used to accomplish negative feats, like creating viruses that are incredibly deadly to humans or other animals, or other unsavory projects concocted using this technology. Engineered organisms are net positive to us humans. However, we must remain vigilant against those who feel the urge to push it past the minimum amount of modification required to add to our lives without pushing too far into morally ambiguous fields.